What's up, everybody? This is Disco Demonic Hydroponic. Today I'm going to be making a video about a couple of jinn that I've been working with, with the Jinn Kings. So Saturday was Maymun and Sunday was Al-Mudhib. All right. So with Maymun, there was some. I found some research that was talking about, well, I did some research and found some information that Maymun was, some people claim that he was Mammon. As far as like the truth of that, I have not really worked with him to find out, but it seems very, because of what he can do, the jinn, it seems very possible. As far as the connection, but again, I'm not going to make that claim right now, but I thought that was pretty interesting. You can do your own research or believe what you want to believe. So I actually did something on that night that I'm waiting to see what happens and what comes from it. So Saturday night, I'm not really going to talk too much about it. On Sunday, though, I did work with Al-Mudhib, and actually what I've been doing is calling forth to the jinn and asking them to empower whatever rites that I'm doing that evening. So I did that on Sunday night. I began, so one of the services that I have is the auric fire, and then after the auric fire, you can enhance it by embedding planetary attributes into the energy and making the auric fire stronger. So that is what I did on Sunday. I started that for a client, and the different attributes that I instilled, and I added a couple that were going on with it. So I messaged the client, and then the next day they did answer, and they told me that they had woken up about 4 in the morning, and then they started, they were just wide awake. And then the first thing, they messaged me later in the day. So the first thing they said that happened was they had gone to a service call. They actually do biddings on certain jobs, and then one of the things that they had done, normally it takes a little bit of talking to the person before they accept the job. My client told me that as soon as he mentioned the upgrade, the person was just like, let's do it right away. They just accepted it. So that was one good sign. That was pretty cool. Later on, the client let me know that they had forgotten that they had gone drinking the night before. So when they woke up at 4 in the morning, they didn't think about it, but they realized they weren't hungover. So that was pretty cool. Also, later on in the day, the client messaged me letting me know that they had just sold 5 more of the things that they were talking about, or it was a few more of the things that they were talking about. So I don't know how many they usually sell in a day, but 6 was a pretty good number. I think they sell for several thousand, so it was really good. And I remember when I was actually doing it, I'm led. I do have the attributes that I talk about, but I'm also led by spirit, or whatever spirits I'm invoking, to actually put that into the energy as well, right? So I did remember putting forth some financial gain in there as well. So that was really cool that came about the way that it did. And so the way that I did it, I'm still kind of playing with the formula. I do have a basic formula that I start out with, and as my research grows, I'm sure that it will change. So I'm just going to kind of tell you what I did as of now. But as far as exactly what I did and like an actual formula itself, I don't really have one yet, but I'm sure by the end of all of this, the end of all the experiments, I will have something, and I will most definitely share it with everyone. So here it is. So I am going. What I did first, I've been seeing things move ever since the rite this afternoon. So I don't know. This evening. So anyways, so what I did first was I called forth the nameless and invoked the nameless God. Then after that, I called towards Azazel, invoked Azazel, asked him to help and aid in the rite. I called forth to Iblis, asked him to invoked and aid in. I invoked Iblis and asked him to aid in the right. And then I called forth two Shams to aid in the right as well, and I invoked Shams as well. Then from there, I invoked Al-Mudhib, and it was very similar to the first night that I spoke of, where I felt my hair tingling. It was as if on fire, not as intensely as the first night. The first night was the most intense, even after tonight's workings. I will cover tonight's workings after, tomorrow, but this was the other day. So it was not as intense, but it was there. So that's what happened, and that's what I got, and it was very interesting. The way everything laid out, it was really cool, and I'm very much enjoying working with the jinn. So far, that's all I really have. That's kind of like the formula that I'm playing with. I don't really want to say playing with, let's say, but I'm experimenting with, because I kind of feel like there are some books that I have found that are from a kind of Muslim or Islamic methodology, and I don't really want to do that. A lot of the things that I do when I see the names that they talk about, their higher thing, whatever, I utilize other aspects to work with the entities that I work with. So that's what I'm trying to do, instead of following that format. I don't know what's going to happen from that, so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't really know yet until I actually have something that I know is going to work and be safe, I guess, for everybody, depending upon who you are or whatever. Then that's what I'll do. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It was pretty awesome. So I will actually leave a link to the two rights that I have that are there, and I will leave in the first video I left the link. I'll just leave that link again. So that's kind of where my workings are at now, and I'm going to keep everybody updated on what's going on and how things are working out in the future. So I have channeled some sigils, and I have channeled a couple of like mantras. So I'm working on those to see what's up as far as those go as well. I want to work with the entities a little bit more before I feel comfortable with the mantras, because yeah, I just want to work with them a little more. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you like this video, share it with your friends. If you hate it, share it with your enemies.